Ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is up? Welcome to Friday Night Spikes, Friday, March the 14th. Most importantly, this is SEC baseball conference play opening night. We got some games in action right now. Tennessee up on Florida 5-3, bottom of the 8th. Looks like they may be threatening. Nope, Gators just turned a double play. Looks like they got out of the inning. We're headed to the top of the 9th in that one. We got A&M and Bama tied up 4-4, bottom of the 8th. Aggies just tied that game. We've had some exciting action already today. Texas getting their first SEC win in program history. Oklahoma right now is up 7-5 at South Carolina, looking for their first SEC win in program history. That game is in the top of the 8th. How about Auburn beating Vanderbilt 6-2? Down on the Plains, LSU took care of business against Mizzou 12-5. And Ole Miss beating up on Arkansas 10-6 in a game that got going earlier in the day. So, again, really excited, guys. I believe our friend Harrison Fant is going to join us at some point. Death, taxes, and Harrison Fant being late, as he always is. Our guy, Jake McKeever, is actually at this game in College Station at Bluebell. So he will not be jumping on Friday Night Spikes tonight. We totally understand. He is taking in the action between the Aggies and the Crimson Tide. Guys, before we get any further, again, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast. Forget your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, we're powered by our friends over at FANDUEL. Visit FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $150 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $150 in bonus bets. Guys, once again, welcome. This is Friday Night Spikes. In case you're unfamiliar, what is Friday Night Spikes? We are live every single Friday night around 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern, maybe a little bit later. It's sometime in that area. We try to go live near the end of the night, near the end of the action. We go live about an hour, hour and a half or so. Lately, we've been like 2 hours. We're going to shorten that up just a little bit because we've been going live a really, really long time. But anyways, this is really for you guys. This is for us. This is for all of us that love college baseball. We're here shooting the shit, taking your questions, hanging out, having a good time, get comfy, pop a cold one, and enjoy. So let's go ahead and jump into it. My good friend Matt Beard says, elite hat. Thank you, sir. I don't pull this one out very often. I tell you, pinstripes on a hat, man. Pinstripes. And by the way, Matt Beard's commenting, Chinook seeds how spry you seem on a Friday night without traveling. I got to be honest with you. I had to Google the word spry. I don't know what that says about me, but I had to Google the word spry. It says it's an adjective, especially of an old person. Active and lively. Really? Do I look more lively than when I'm on the road? Really? You know, there's pros and cons to both. I'll say that. Obviously, I'm at HQ. I am at home. We are not on the road. There are pros and cons to both. I love being on the road. I actually had an opportunity, guys, believe it or not, to go to Knoxville. This game right now, of course, top of the 9th, getting underway, Tennessee up 5-3. I had an opportunity to go to Knoxville and politely declined. I was already planning on not going. The offer to go was really, really late. We're covering, obviously, the SEC men's basketball tournament as well. I didn't want to leave my guy Dave out in the cold, although he would have done it by himself. We got some really big plans upcoming in April, and that's really when we're gonna kick the travel back into gear. So we're going to take a few weeks. March Madness is upon us on the basketball side. We're putting a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus on that. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm not on the road, is I wanted to be locked in, covering the basketball tournament. We're covering all those games, obviously, reacting to them, going live for them. And then even late Sunday night, we're going to go live and react to the field of 68, react to the bracket, what have you. So, but yeah, no, it's good to be home. Got all the games. Hey, it is officially, by the way, multi-screen season. in the studio. Let me see if you can. A little bit further. Boom. Multi-screen season in the studio. You got multiple TVs going. We got Bama A&M on one screen, Tennessee, Florida on the other. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Let's see. Nate Snead trying to close this one out. I guess he's not going to pitch in game 3. Not going to get the start. It's been a really good game, really back and forth. You had the one, dare I say, controversial. I don't know that it really was controversial. The double play that ended Florida's inning. Luke Heyman just cannot slide into the guy like that. I mean, I think it looks more egregious when he kind of rolled over, but you just got to know as a veteran, you got to go straight into the bag, man. They're making that a point of emphasis. You just can't do it. And Heyman fucked up, and he knows he fucked up. He knows he messed up. Florida, by the way, ball hit down the line, PFP flipped. Florida guy slides. He's safe. Gators have life. Man on first, 2 outs, 2-run ball game. Tying run coming up to the plate. Chinook, who do we learn more about, Tennessee winning or Florida losing? I mean, I think, can I give you a cop-out answer, Chinook? I think what we learned is, I still think both of these teams are elite. I think we're going to learn more as the weekend goes on. I mean, in a Friday night like this, between two teams like this, when you have 2 aces on the mound like this, it's a coin flip, man. Really, anybody can win. It's really hard to go into Lindsey Nelson and outlast that Tennessee lineup. It's nearly impossible to hold them down the entire game. Just like that, Tennessee with the dub. Tennessee gets the win, 5-3. The final in the ball game. Again, a really good game. A really good game, man. That was a classic. That was a good game. That was sort of what you expected out of that one. So, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Dude, just hanging out, man. What's up?
Not much. Just flipping the games on here now.
Back
on.
Fant doesn't even let me bring him in. He just barges into the show. What's up?
Sometimes I like to make a grand appearance, and you're looking the other way. I was like, oh, it's a good time to see if I can just surprise him. So
yeah, no, I've got the games on the 2 TVs over here.
Yeah, I'm pulling mine back up here back in a new location. Pulling back up Tennessee, Florida. I really enjoy the Tennessee, Florida game.
Yeah, Tennessee wins. Tennessee got the dub.
Oh, they
won 5-3. Yeah,
I was over at a friend's watching it, and then just drove back. Talk about coming back, Georgia too.
Yeah, they're crushing them now.
12-6.
Yeah, no, they're crushing. It's
does that not say Georgia baseball like we've talked about?
Yeah, they fell into a hole again and came back again. So
I texted you. I said I think Nick McKay's going to shove against Georgia. Kentucky takes game 1 and then Georgia takes game 2 and 3. But just for all the Georgia fans know, I did pick Georgia in the series. Just saying. So all this, Georgia, oh, he hates Georgia, doesn't watch any Georgia baseball. I actually do, and I do know ball. Granted, I did say Kentucky's going to win tonight, but I still picked Georgia to win the series. So looking pretty good right now.
Indeed. No, indeed, for sure. Yeah, Georgia up. Dude, are you watching this A&M Alabama game? 4-4, top of the ninth.
I'm about to.
4-4, top of the ninth. Again, I got the multi-screen going.
I need to reset mine up so I have my Apple TV up here.
Well, I've got 2 separate TVs in here.
So do I. I have I need my Apple TV's upstairs. I need to bring it downstairs and put the quad box on. I think you can do it with the Xbox though.
Yeah, probably. I don't see why you couldn't.
I'll do it later. I'm not logged into anything on Xbox, to be honest with you.
Chinook says, what happens first, sweep or Harrison on time? To be fair, Harrison told me he'd be late, so it is what it is.
Hey, dude was celebrating, some Irish heritage a little bit today. Got the green.
Yeah, dude. Are y'all going out tonight for St. Pat's?
Not necessarily St. Pat's, but one of our friends is DJing at this kind of rooftop bar, so we're gonna go support him, and obviously it'll be a good time, good venue. So do that, and then tomorrow. I didn't tell you this, actually. The game got moved up tomorrow. So Georgia Tech versus Pitt that I'm doing color analyst on ACC Network.
Yeah, you told me at 2 o'clock instead of 4.
It got moved up to 2 o'clock now.
Yeah, because you said you have plans.
Yeah, my brunch. I gotta cancel my brunch.
Cancel the brunch.
Cancel the brunch.
So let me ask you this: if the game
Patty's brunch with the ladies, got to cancel it.
It's tough.
It's
tough life. If brunch is at 2, what time? Or no, excuse not brunch. If the game is at 2, what time do you have to be there for your responsibilities?
Noon. I got to be like
2 hours for first pitch.
Yeah, and I'll get there and I'll watch a little bit of BP. I'll go talk to Danny Hall, Georgia Tech baseball coach. 2 to 2.5 hours are his availability. But after kind of establishing some, rapport with him, I think he'll stick around. Depending on, like was it 2 weeks ago when he stuck around because we were playing Western Michigan. And he knew the Western Michigan coach pretty well, so he hung out and talked to them. So we got to go see him and talk to him. He stayed a little bit later than, normally 2 hours. He kind of goes back in the clubhouse. But Pitt, we didn't have immediate availability with them, so we'll do that 90 minutes before the game, kind of 90 minutes to an hour and a half during BP probably. That's when he wanted to do it, so talk to him then. And then hopefully weather holds up enough to play through, and so I don't have to, not everyone's sitting there until 6, 7 o'clock from a 2 o'clock game.
Can't have an early start and a rain delay, right?
Not on St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Not on St. Patty's Day weekend. Let's get into some of these comments here. Harrison, we got a lot of excited Vols. Dalton Dye, Gator Chomp. Go Vols. Big Orange.
Was Dalton Dye at the game?
I don't know. Was Dalton Dye at the game? I have no idea. Big Orange says, good old Rocky Top. I want to go to this one, Monty. Still think Doyle is the 8th or 9th best pitcher in the SEC race. I'm going to say one thing.
Monty, comment who the 7 or 8 are before him.
Well, let me say this. I didn't rank him there. Was it you that ranked him there? Or was it Jake that ranked him there?
I think Jake did. He's low on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this too, though. Bro, Liam Doyle, he didn't pitch like great. Dude, he pitched fine. He pitched fine against a good Florida lineup. Yeah. Dude, he didn't even get out of the 5th. It was very inefficient.
Well, okay, I was talking to an SEC baseball coach, an assistant coach, about how just kind of length of starters this season, and honestly, the average starter length is 4 1/3 inning. I think to take it with a grain of salt, non-conference and especially Georgia probably being on the outlier of openers and whatnot. I think they kind of hammer that down, but that doesn't sound far off. 4 1/3.
But you know why I think starters are going shorter length? Because there's more strikeouts. There's more strikeouts.
Yeah.
So it takes more pitches to get a strikeout. I thought watching that Tennessee-Florida game, I thought both lineups did a really good job of tough ABs. A lot of pitches were fouled off in that game, especially early. Peterson obviously goes a little bit longer for Florida. I thought here's the thing, man. Tennessee's offense, anywhere, I was going to say at home, but anywhere, but especially at home, it's just so hard to hold them down. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to beat them like 3-1. It just, dude, they're gonna get theirs at some point. They're like a shooter in basketball. That's like, dude, they're gonna get their points. You just gotta hope you can contain them. That's the thing. Like, but they're gonna get theirs. So. Did you see the slide by Heyman that they called the interference double play on?
I saw the play. I didn't see it live, but I saw the play. I was like,
yeah. Listen,
the score. They kept it the same ruling, correct?
Oh, they reviewed it. They ruled it. Yeah, it was interference. That would have tied the game 4-4, and Florida would have had, I believe, first and third 2 outs. Listen. Here's the thing, man. That you can't do that. Yeah. Luke Heyman, you're a veteran. You can't do it. Like, was it like the most egregious thing in the world? I think it looked a lot worse because he slides in and then he kind of rolls over to the left. Luke Heyman, he gets emotional. You're in the heat of the moment. I think in his head, in his mind, he's like, I'm doing everything I can to break up a double play. Like that's in his mind what he's doing. You can't fucking do that. You just can't do it in that situation. And I saw how pissed Sully was. I don't think he was pissed at the ruling. I think he's probably a little pissed at Luke Heyman for doing that. But, dude, people will look at it and say, man, it's soft baseball. And I don't totally disagree. Like, it is soft baseball. But it's the rule. It's the same thing as the dumbass double bag rule. But it's the rule. So,
hey, it's green for, I guess, St. Patrick's Day this weekend, you can say.
Well, there's some of them that are green and some that are orange. So some that are green, some that
I mean,
are
if
orange.
the thing is, like, if you're going left to the bag, yeah, I think the slide was fine. It was just because it was left to the bag.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, he was obviously trying to break up a double play. And in today's baseball, you just can't do that. You can't break. You can't
Well, because he
truly.
just slides in like turn. Like, I think if he went straight, it would have been more fine. Like, he
Oh
would have
yeah,
got
of course he would. Yeah, of course he would. But it's because he went. He slid and like kind of started to go at an angle and went left of the and he rolled over and went left of the bag when he did that.
Mhm.
So I mean, that rollover made it look really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, I think Heyman will look at it and just say, I think he knows you can't do it. You just can't do it. And the shaman is the guy would have been safe at first. I mean, but he doesn't know that in the moment. So, anyways,
Yeah.
no, a good win though for Tennessee. I mean, the fact that you can go to a guy like a Nate Snead late and just shut the door, man. The guy's going out there throwing 98, 99 miles an hour. I mean, Friday night, no high spikes, indeed. Yeah.
It's good.
No high spikes. No high spikes. No, that was what I expected, though, between Florida and Tennessee. I mean, coin flip kind of game. I mean, Friday, or Chinook asked me earlier, Harrison, like, what do you, here you go. He says, who do we learn more about, Tennessee winning or Florida losing? I don't
think you really got.
I learned they're both really good. Like,
yeah, and just I think Tennessee, obviously really good at home, but also just finding a way to win more so.
Yeah, they're both really good. They're both really good.
I don't think there was a bigger takeaway. It was kind of as you expected, like 5-3. Like, if you would, I think I probably would have said 5-3. I mean,
yeah,
you pull the lines out, Chris, via FanDuel, all 1.5 point game spread.
I think you'll
as
learn.
Expected.
Yeah, I think you'll learn more as the weekend goes on. I think you'll learn more. Like if Tennessee sweeps, then we'll learn more from that. But just this one game, this is what you expect on a Friday night, man. 5-3 kind of ball game. Sort of comes down to the wire. I mean, Monty pointed out Snead hit 101. I mean, dude was crazy. I mean, dude was crazy, man. And to have that guy in the back in your bullpen, such a luxury. Blaine says, Chris,
go ahead.
Is this Chris? Do you think Florida would take game one? Just curious because Peterson is great. Yeah, I thought they had a really good shot. I did. I mean, dude, I'll tell you this. Liam Peterson, his stat line was skewed in comparison to how good he pitched. Like, he shoved. I mean, he made Tennessee look about as mortal as anybody has, for sure. For sure. He
100%.
I thought he threw – I mean, dude, he was up to 97, 98. Like, he was very, very good. Like, I don't think you walk away from that and say, like, anybody – it was good baseball the way around. It's just, Tennessee got the better of them. I mean, it's just two good teams going at it, and somebody's – I don't want to sound like a coach, but somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and Tennessee on their home field is just hard to beat. I mean, you got to give them credit; they're hard to beat.
I mean, that's why I hated when we did the pick 'em. I said I hate that I'm picking so many road teams, but I just feel more confident in the consistency of play. Yeah. But I mean, we talked about Tennessee. I tweeted about Tennessee set at a single game attendance record tonight with 6,298 people.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I mean, talk about after winning a national championship. Obviously, that helps too. But the program is not going down; it's only going up. No, which is hard to believe,
Yeah.
But I mean, we talked about it. That might be gone. That ball is crushed.
That's Norton. That's Norton too.
That's
man.
Brendan Norton.
That's Norton. Golly.
Woo! Off Brad Rudis too. Really good reliever.
Norton's gonna send him to Omaha.
Don't tell Dave.
Is it back to back? Is it back to back? Oh!
Enemy? I just saw Norton touch up.
Then I'm way ahead of you. Then, my bad, dude. Oh, God.
You're showing the replay right now. Just a
smack. No, you're about to see it. Oh, you're about to see it. Then
the pitch to Norton is a good choice, like pitch choice selection. It just kind of backed up. There was a little spinner that kind of backed up, and he just gets his hands inside really well. Finds the barrel and drives it. Oh my God, he pimps that.
Dude, that was a hanger. I mean,
he pimped that.
That was a hanger. Wow. Wow.
He's like, come on.
Dude, that
wow.
That was a hanger.
Chris, can we say statement?
I mean, to do it in the top of the ninth, if you can hold on, man. I mean, I think
on the road in the SEC against this talent of a team, I will say.
Like I said, I think I said this yesterday, Harrison, when we previewed all these going into the weekend.
He knew it too. Who was that?
Do what?
Snell?
Now?
That's Snell. Wow.
Yeah, that was Snell.
Dang.
Yeah, I think it'll say more about Bama than like from the standpoint of like A&M is struggling, but it'll be a statement I think for Bama if they go in there and take that series.
Well, Chris, it's like I said, I hate that I picked so many road teams, but I felt so much more confident in the consistency of play from several road teams like Alabama against. We've seen them play good competition, come back from deficits against quality teams like Ohio State. They played really well against NC State. You were in Jacksonville for those games, and would A&M winning this series surprise me? No, not at all.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too? Jake just texted us about Michael Early. Dude, they had 2 outs, nobody on, 4-4 game. Early makes a pitching change. Guy comes in and gives up back-to-back bombs.
Well, the guy that was – I didn't see who was pitching before, but it was like 6 pitches he threw.
I mean, it's dude, we talked about it. It's those kind of decisions that get maximized.
Well, but okay, I'm going to look it up. Who was pitching? Because, I mean, Brad Ruth is a guy for them.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
I don't know. That I don't know.
It's not like they put in Joe Schmo.
Let's see.
Brad Roots has been a bullpen guy for them, like a staple.
Dude, this South Carolina Oklahoma game's gotten close. All of it was 8-5.
Dang, I'm looking at the stats for this. It still says 4-0 A&M. What is going on? Hey, you want to talk about clutch? Can we talk about Hunter Inslee again?
Yeah. No, he loves the moment, man. Kid loves the moment. Hunter Inslee loves the moment, man. Never met a moment he didn't love. Never met a moment he didn't love.
I mean, I interviewed him on Behind the Scenes. I mean, just like the confidence and composure I've seen on and off the field from him, it doesn't change. It's not a, between the white lines. It's just who he is.
Dude, Chinook. Harrison's TV.
I was just reading that.
It's a fan. By the way, Doc Holliday, Chris, I'll send you a case of Kleenex. Florida is much better at the plate than last year. Well, I'm not crying that Florida lost. I think people probably assume I'm a Florida fan now. No, I enjoyed the game. I wasn't pulling for the game.
I literally
wish them the best.
In a Georgia guy's house who played at Georgia. I put on the Georgia game for a little bit, and I said, dude, I got to put on this other game. So
I wish Florida the best. Obviously, I got a lot of love for him, but I wasn't pulling for Florida tonight. Let me make that clear. And I did pick Florida, but I mean, it was just a pick. It's just a pick.
I think that's the thing about, like, we talk about the SEC being a gauntlet. Is like, outside of Mizzou, anyone could beat anyone in a series, let alone a game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, any given weekend for sure. How about? By the way, I will point this out, Harrison, and for those that either did not tune in last week or have just forgotten or didn't think anything of it, and don't follow me on social media and don't recall me like highlighting this, Harrison, it feels good to be on with you and not be high as a kite. So I can't believe you didn't notice anything or say anything to me. So for those
I wasn't locked in on your, personality.
Well, for those, and Monty says you've been toting the Florida bag all year. I'll continue to do so. They're really good. I mean, they lost to the team I think is the number 1 team in the country. Doesn't mean they suck. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, for those that don't realize though, yeah, I took it was like 7 or 8 o'clock last Friday, and I had these CBD gummies and took a half of one. And yeah, I was the thing that I'm surprised y'all didn't pick up on. Like, normally I'm pretty like, I expand on my thoughts and I try not to ramble, but like I say more than just one sentence. Last Friday, I was speaking in like one-liners. Like I couldn't speak in more than like, yeah, that guy pitched really good, and that'd be it. So feels good to be on the same playing field as you. I'll put it that way.
Well, let's talk about something more important.
Let's go to super chat. Jared Jones, thank you, Jared Jones. It's not the bear. Not the Bear, but it is Jared Jones.
Shout out Jared Jones.
Thoughts on the great name. Thoughts on the Texas game today. Do you want to change your pick for the series?
Hey, good question. I was about to get to that. I had that ready. I thought
we all picked Texas, did we not?
What?
We all picked Texas to win the series.
Yeah, we all did. We all did, Jared.
So why would we change the pick?
I mean, I thought Mississippi State played really well. I really did. I was, impressed watching them play. I didn't watch every single pitch for pitch because there's so many games going on in, St. Patrick's Day weekend as well, celebrating the heritage. But, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think Jared Spencer struggled in the second. He got 2 home runs in the second. And they were on, I don't want to say bad pitches, but just caught too much of the plate and just, I mean, who was it that hit it? Sullivan and Highfield hit it, I think. I mean, just left field and then right field. I thought they were really good pieces of hitting too, which I wasn't expecting that to happen against Jared, especially in the second, maybe the fifth, But, I mean, I thought he pitched well overall. I mean, because after that, I mean, his stat line looks really bad. It's like 5 2/3, 8 hits, I think 5 runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk.
For Jared Spencer.
Yeah, 7 Ks, 1 walk. But, like, if you take out the 4 runs he gave in the seventh or in the second, it's, 4 2/3 of
maybe
3 or 4 hit ball, 1 run.
So,
I mean, I don't want to say it's a bad line for him. Not what he wanted outing wise as a whole, but I mean, I thought Mississippi State competed incredibly well. I thought, it was really kind of the middle and bottom of the lineup that did all the damage for him. I mean, because Stallman went over, Chance went over, Buckner went over, Sullivan had the home run, Hines had 1 hit, I believe, and then who else? Highfield was in the bottom of the line. I think he was batting 7th or 8th, and then Sanders, I think, went 2 for 3, 2 for 4. So I mean, it was not the production wise you'd see from it's the top of the lineup that struggled, in the bottom of the lineup that really picked up the slack for Mississippi State. And I mean, Pico Khan didn't have a great line either. I mean, he gave up 4 earned, 5 total. I mean, he walked 1 guy, but like it was just a scrappy SEC game, Chris. And
that was a great baseball game.
Really fun to watch.
5 runs in the top of the 7th for Texas.
Yeah.
The difference.
I mean, and to jump back on it, like speaking of the top of the bottom of the 9th right now, you got Caden Kenton and Jace Lavalette on deck. So it's exactly who you want for Texas A&M in that situation. Right now, down 2 runs, bottom of the 9th at home. But to get back to this, I mean, Andre Duplantier the second gets the win. Volantis gets the save. I think that's when you use Volantis in that situation. Because talking to Texas coaches, they're like, with the weather especially, they're like, if we don't have to, use Volantis Friday, Saturday, he's probably, I assume, probably going to start Sunday. But, if it's a leverage situation, you want to use him Friday, Saturday, then that's what you do. You go to one of your best arms and most trusted, confidently consistent arms, and that's Dylan Volantis, and he gets the save in a huge situation on the road in the SEC, Chris. How important, I want you to answer before I answer, how important do you think this win is for Texas, season-wise as a whole, battling adversity, you're on the road in the most incredible environment in college baseball, hostile in a way of playing on the road. I don't want to say, the fans are hostile, but hostile environment against a really solid Mississippi State club. I think it speaks loud volumes for this Texas Longhorn club.
Yeah, it's a gritty win, tone-setting type of win. And, again, I want to echo because Jared Jones says, again, we all picked Texas, so I don't know who or what. It wasn't us. It was somebody else. But, no, it's a tone-setting win, to your point, Harrison. And it's a team that's playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum. There's something to be said about these late come-from-behind 1-run wins. It says a lot about your club when you can do that. So I definitely think great way to start the weekend. You win your first ever SEC game. Again, the way that you do it. I'm sure this was a different kind of test for Jared Spencer. You know what I mean? Like, he's pitched really well, but first time against the SEC lineup. And, State's got a good lineup. It ain't the best lineup he's going to see by any stretch. But, to go with, like you mentioned, that environment, man, I mean, it was packed out. It looked like it was great. Texas fans, I saw on the timeline, like they were having a great time out there at the Dude. And, yeah, I mean, that game, that performance that was put on, that was a great college baseball game. Kind of felt more like a Saturday or Sunday game with the higher scoring, but yeah, dude. I mean, you got to feel really good if you're Texas to win that way. You kind of almost feel like you stole one. I mean, to win one like that on the road is big time, very big time. And if you're a State fan, Harrison, I've already seen it. I've already seen it on social media. Chris Lemonis. The Lemonis chatter's back. I've already seen it.
It's one SEC game.
Dude, I think the tweet I saw was Chris Lemonis has ruined this program.
You can't say he's ruined the program if he was the head coach of the national championship team.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, though, that was a great baseball game. Again, I can't stress this enough. We all picked Texas to go into Mississippi State and win the series because we caught a lot of grief from State fans about like first time to the dude. They've never been to the dude.
I love State fans. I think have treated me well.
They're
I've
awesome.
been there.
They're awesome.
The hospitality was great. I think in my mentions, more so last year, not so much this year. I haven't had much State fans in my mentions yet. Hopefully they are. Hopefully for a good reason. But I mean, I've had a good rapport with State fans for a lot of great reasons. I mean, I've had confidence in the team when there are struggles. There's a lot of things I picked through the numbers of things I liked. And I mean, I think they're a really solid club again this year, Chris. I think, they've had their struggles. They've lost, more games than they'd like to in non-conference. But, advanced, sabermetric statistics, they are still a very talented ball club. I think they're, if you look at, our friends over at 6-4 Analytics do a phenomenal job. I'll plug them as much as possible because I think they do a phenomenal job and, would love to do some more stuff with them. But looking at certain analytics that are more sabermetric advanced, they have them as a top 25 team, Chris. Mm. And I'm not disagreeing with it at all. There's a couple in there that don't make sense to me, like Purdue. I don't want to get started on that. I don't know Purdue that well, though, but I can't even imagine that. But obviously conference play changes things, but I think Mississippi State is a very quality club. And in the SEC, they're going to be one of those gritty clubs, Chris. I'm going to go ahead and name three, and I want you to name three as well. Your three gritty clubs in the SEC. I'm going to go both Mississippi schools. And then I want to say Alabama, but that feels like a cop-out. Georgia, because I have them at like 10 or 11, even though they're fourth in the country. That doesn't really count. I can't say Texas.
Why don't you just say them all then?
No, I say can't. I'll go.
You don't want to go with Mizzou, who was up 2-0 on the number one team in the country at one point?
LSU Capital already gave me heat for that. Said, LOL, this is the
I was getting texts like you. I was getting texts like you jinxed LSU. Thank you. Congrats. I was dude, come on.
I mean, most gritty kind of like they're going to be such hard-nosed games every single week. And I think both Mississippi schools. And then I'll say, Alabama. That's the not top five teams in the SEC. I think it's going to be those three schools. Every weekend, they're going to be super competitive.
Bro, hold that thought. Did you see what just happened in this A&M Bama game?
The line drive.
First and second, nobody out. Line drive, double play. Now you got man on second, 2 outs. It's like, you know what's weird? You would think the baseball gods hated A&M. And I'm like.
That's off Jace Lavalette, too.
You would really. I don't know, man. Maybe the curse of the Aggies is a real thing. I have no idea.
I'm going to say.
I have no clue, man.
Chris, props to Alabama first baseman for getting to the bag on that.
Getting back, yeah.
Be ready for that. But
bottom of the ninth, 8-5. Oklahoma is up. They're trying to close this one out.
Chris, we got another super chat for you. Florida bandwagoners.
Yeah, Vol sweep incoming. It might. Somebody else asked.
I'm going to disagree.
I don't think it's going to be a sweep either. But we did have a question about that series. It wasn't a super chat, but where did it go?
I'm a little disappointed I didn't get more conversation on give me your hottest take on SEC play. So
some people are busy, man. It's busy. People are busy.
Of the almost 1,000 people in here, drop me your hottest take going into SEC play. I will answer it as truthfully right now as possible.
Where in the I'm having a tough time finding this.
What are you looking for?
I want to highlight this. CBD, college baseball dose. Yes, I was high on college baseball last week. Oh, well, I can't find the question. But somebody in the chat asked about what is Florida's freshman starter like tomorrow and how does it compare with Marcus Phillips?
Oh,
he doesn't have the experience, obviously, but Aiden King is going to be one of the best. He's going to be one of the best aces. The big question is just going to be how does Aiden King handle the moment? That's going to be the big question. So, I mean, that'll be the big. If he's fine and calm and confident, I mean, Florida's going to be just fine. It's as good a stuff as Liam Peterson.
Hey, here comes A&M.
Yeah, 6-4, 2 men on again, 2 outs. Here we go. Can the magic of the Aggie?
I literally saw that what you're looking for. I can't find it now.
Maybe he deleted the comment. I don't know. But anyways, it's going to be a great pitching matchup again, I think, Harrison, with Marcus Phillips and Aiden King. Aiden King, again, true freshman, but his stuff, electric. Absolutely electric. Here we go. Here it was. It was Blaine. I just want to know who had the edge. I mean, I have to give the edge to Marcus Phillips. Guy's experience. He's at home in his own rubber. Yes, I mean, I'm going to give Marcus Phillips the edge, but that'll be another really good pitching battle. So,
speaking of edges, I don't have an edge in time, but I'm going to find this. Where is it?
Drink local Beham. That's a good one. Hot take. SC 500. Go ahead. What was the comment you were trying to highlight? My bad. A watch. He sets the time. Or any chance according to his watch, he's on time. Maybe.
Right, I'm gonna go. I didn't fix this for daylight savings. Chinook. It still says 9:10.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I gotta fix this right now.
Wow.
I'm fixing it right now. Hey, the date is correct though, but we're fixing it right now. I will surrender that. I'll admit that one. We are fixed now. 9:10. Now it's to 10:10.
There you go. Jared Jones, SEC rules if it's a doubleheader because of weather on Sunday, no Saturday game. It's best 7 innings, no 9-inning games.
I hate 7-inning games.
Is that correct? I think that is correct.
It sounds.
I think you are right. Yeah, I believe you are right because they shorten it for travel. Tim Austin says Tennessee was going to go 25-5.
Tim Austin
SEC play.
I don't think they're going to go 25.
Respectfully, I disagree.
I think, Chris, right now I'm going to say
they're going to win 20 plus.
20. I'm going to say, what do they play? 30 games, SEC games?
Yes, 30. Yes.
21-9.
Is that good enough to win the conference?
Assuming they stay healthy.
Somebody go 22-8.
LSU, with adding Oklahoma and Texas, no.
It really might be the winner of the LSU Tennessee series that wins the league. Really, truly. Good.
Chris, where's the other comment I was looking for that trust me, if you comment it and it's funny and good or a really good question, I will find it and put it up here and answer it. Or talk about it either way.
Here we go. That's ball game. Alabama.
It's 0-2 and Terrence Kill the second on.
Alabama takes game 1 in College Station. Wow.
Hey, tell Tim Allen we all picked. Well, you picked A&M. I picked Alabama.
I did pick A&M. Shame on me, I guess.
No, that was a fair pick.
And hey, it's a long weekend. Hey, listen, a lot of weekend left.
Yeah.
This is Friday night spikes. We're focused on Friday, but we can acknowledge a lot of weekend left.
Where is the thing I'm looking for?
Here we go. Some say Georgia's overrated because of starting pitching woes.
That was me.
No. Dogs will have to win a pitcher's duel at some point. But Kentucky came in with the nation's second-best ERA and whip, and Georgia put 12 on them. Outscored Kentucky 10-0 after being down 6-2. Going to take special pitching to silence those bats.
Yeah, well, wait till they face.
Bro, I respect that, but come on, dude. They're not just going to keep winning doing that. They're not. They're not. Oklahoma wins 8-5. Is that all the games then? Are all the games wrapped up?
I believe so.
All the games are done. Yeah. Damn, all the games are done.
Good.
I thought we might be on here for a little bit while some South Carolina actually had 12 hits tonight on Oklahoma. Kyson shoved though. Kyson looked really good.
Does that surprise you? I'll be honest.
It doesn't surprise me, but
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that game, and I will. It's a lot easier keeping up with games now that we're only having 8 games to keep up with, but
thank God. Dude, how about Ole Miss putting belt to ass on Arkansas?
I did watch that one. I was shocked. I did not expect Zach to get touched.
Listen to this, Harrison, listen to this. This is Ole Miss's runs by inning, starting in the first inning. 2-2-1, 2-2-1.
Yeah.
They scored every inning up into the 7th.
Chris, up until that point, they had the leadoff hitter had a base hit to start the inning. Every hitter. And then I think it was the 4th inning, every of the starting 9 had a base hit.
It's crazy, dude. Ole Miss.
I
How
said
about
they're
them?
the dark horse in the SEC right now.
Yeah, Arkansas has got some soul searching to do on their pitching staff too on Friday,
which is surprising. I mean,
shocking. It's shocking.
Here's the one I want to bring up: Blake Sears' pimp job.
Dude. Tennessee fans were
the camera
pissed.
cut away from it, but it looks like he just stands and stares at it and just tosses the bat.
Well, and then he did the Euro step at home plate, and the Tennessee fans were very pissed.
Did he really? I'm looking at it right now.
They were booing very loudly. Monty says, it's okay, Chris. You guys took Tennessee over A&M in basketball, and A&M went home yesterday. Well, Monty, we make picks in the bracket for the tournament, and if a team gets eliminated, I mean, we're not updating the picks every day. I'll put it that way.
Hey, Monty, I'll say my picks in basketball, I'm undefeated.
You didn't make any, did you?
Still undefeated. Haven't
lost. You're still undefeated, right. Jake Reeder says Nate Snead's the best bullpen arm in the league.
I'm not going to go ahead and say that, but I'm going to say one of the top 10 in the league.
He's definitely top 10. I'd say he's probably top 5. The dude's got some nasty shit. I'll give him. I
have a stats for that. I had someone send it to me that I requested.
John says best freshman pitcher in the conference.
Best reliever in the league. Sawyer Hawks, Vanderbilt. I'll go ahead and say that.
That's a good pick.
I will say that. Who else? I mean, before today, I'd say Mason Morris would be up there for sure. Walker Hooks would be up there. Tanner Franklin, I'd say top 10. Who else? Ben Davis has been pitching pretty good really good for Mississippi State, I think, as well. I need to look. I didn't watch who ended the game for Kentucky on the mound. Let me see. I will say Mason Morris got touched up a bit. He got 4 runs in just over 3 innings. So, I mean, I was shocked when they brought him in, Chris. I'm like, why are you bringing in, you're up, 8-2 at that point? I think it was 9-2 maybe against Arkansas in the 6th inning. And you bring in your best arm out of the bullpen. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, bringing your best arm. You're up 6-7 runs. And he ends up getting touched up. And I guess it was the right move because, as good as Arkansas's offense has been, and we don't say that often, you want to come shut it down and lock down a win for game 1 in a series at home against, you say upset, but I don't say upset, because I don't really agree with the rankings per se. I think more so this year than last year, but I don't really take them seriously until week 3, after week 3, the SEC play. But I mean, Arkansas battled. They really did. They showed some life, I think, late, which I was, really glad to see and hoping for. I mean, because when you're down 9-2, you're just like, you still want to try to win the game, but it's like you're not throwing your best arms, especially when you're on the road. But to see them go get 4 more runs, I mean, against Mason Morris, one of their best arms and one of the best arms, I think, of the bullpen so far in the SEC, I was impressed to see that, I will say. Let me see.
Harrison, as you look at the scoreboard, again, we're going to run through this really quickly once again. Texas beats Mississippi State 8-7. Oklahoma beats South Carolina 8-5. Tennessee downs Florida 5-3. Bama beats A&M 6-4. Auburn beats Vandy 6-2. LSU beats Mizzou 12-5. Georgia beats Kentucky 12-6. And Ole Miss beats Arkansas 10-6. What was the game that stood out to you the most? What do you walk away from this Friday? First thing you take away. I can tell you what I got.
I'm gonna say Ole Miss, Arkansas. I think
that was a loud win. That was a very loud win.
Behind that, I would say Texas, Mississippi State. It's tough because Ole Miss is playing at home, but Texas is playing on the road. I'm going to put them as 1A, 1B. Ole Miss at home against the number 3 team in the nation, and you're pitching, you're playing against an elite starting rotation, and you get to see Zach Root on a Friday night, and they move him to the Friday spot, and you go and absolute shell him. 10 hits. What was it? 6 runs, I think. He put I think it's at least 5 runs or 6 runs, maybe 7. I think it's probably 5 or 6. But to do that against one of the best starters in the SEC at home, that's a statement right there for a lineup that, we're not saying is a lineup that's deep 1 to 9, that can do damage from anywhere. But when you have guys that are doing that, I mean, every starter had a base hit by the 5th inning, I think. And that was just super loud for me to see. And I think more so because I had more confidence in Arkansas's pitching. No disrespect to Ole Miss, because I think they're really talented, and I think they've been a dark horse kind of sleeper so far in the SEC. But I did pick Texas to go into Mississippi State and win the series. And I think the way they did it, they come back, you score 5 in the 7th. After, you score 1 in the 6th, score 5 in the 7th. You do get up 2 in the 9th, though. They almost come back and win, but you hold the line. They're on the road. Your first SEC game. You're at the best environment in college baseball. That spoke a lot to me in the pedigree of which Texas, I think, going forward is going to be this season, especially in the SEC. But 1A, 1B for me are those two, Chris.
I mean, dude, I got to go to College Station. I mean, I just – Alabama beating A&M, the way that game played out at the end, right, wrong, or indifferent. I mean, you got to start questioning some of the decision making by Michael Early. You have to. I mean, whether you don't want – it's going to happen. It ain't going to happen from me. It's going to happen from the folks in College Station. So, you make that pitching change late. It results in back-to-back homers. You lose the ball game by 2 runs. I mean, it just like that. Just like that. I thought Bama hit around Prager pretty well, honestly. The other big takeaway for me, how about Auburn beating Vanderbilt? I agree, Monty. You said, what's the deal with Auburn? You guys don't say much about them. They kind of fly under the radar, I feel like. Auburn just kind of handles their business, flies under the radar. But, again, Harrison, I mean, they take down the Vandy boys. That's a good win, man. Vandy having to go into Plainsman. Good crowd tonight. And they beat them 6-2. So, it's you are right. We don't talk about Auburn. I will agree with you. We do not talk about Auburn as much as we should. I don't know if it's because – I don't know why it is.
I talk about Auburn a decent amount.
Yeah, I mean, I just – like Auburn –
it's just that I think they get lost in the middle of the pack.
They get lost in the shuffle. They get lost in the shuffle, and it's like – I don't think it's because baseball at this point, too, is like it's the third sport you think about when you think about Auburn. But maybe we should change that. I mean, dude, Samuel Dutton was great, dude. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, and that's
Carson Myers comes in, shuts the door. So,
yeah, I'll definitely be going. I didn't watch that one, I'll be honest. I'm going to go back and watch that tomorrow morning.
Dude, they hit around J.D. Thompson. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned. I mean, they hit him around a little bit. Derek Fabian had 2 RBI. Fralick had an RBI.
Chase
Rivera, the third baseman, had an RBI. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's answer this because I had answers.
Your guy, Cooper McMurray had a ribby.
Cooper McMurray's been hot. He is with.
He went
Ike
0
Irish
for
out.
2 with a ribby. 0 for 2 with a ribby.
With Ike Irish out though, he has to continue to be the presence he is in the lineup. But Dylan Keith, if Tennessee wins 2 or 3 versus Florida and LSU sweeps Missouri, who do y'all think will be put at number 1?
That's a great question. I think they're going to keep LSU on. In that case,
who do I think? I still think Tennessee's number 1. I'm
the D1 polls will have LSU at 1.
No, they won't move them out for sweeping Missouri.
Yeah,
I think even if they sweep Florida, they won't move them because they're gonna go off the, and I quote, LSU hasn't done anything to change our minds from who they were preseason. Paraphrase quote. That specifically from D1, and it frustrates the crap out of me. And Tennessee's 1 loss in this situation would be against a top 7 Florida team, really good at home, right? LSU's 1 loss, Omaha. Game 2 on a Saturday. Game 1 was really close, Chris, and I talk about it frustrates me so much because Tennessee has beaten more quality opponents, I think, than LSU. They've done it, in those. I think it was the Astro Foundation Classic is what it's called, at the Juice Box. It'll always be the Juice Box, even though it's the Ice Box now. They beat a really good Oklahoma State team, even though they're struggling. They beat a really good Arizona team that you saw in person that didn't perform well, but has been really good since then. And then they go take care of business 2 or 3 against a top 7 Florida team. There's no reason. I feel like for now on, I'm just going to tweet Florida as Tennessee is number 1. It frustrates me that much.
Maybe D1 would be smart to keep Tennessee too, for this, just like for the rest of the season, because they're just going to piss people off.
I've lost some respect for their rankings for sure.
I mean, listen, Tennessee was number one in my power rankings 2 weeks ago, and they've obviously stayed there. So I mean, I don't disagree with you. And we mentioned it, right? We love LSU. I mean, LSU is a fantastic ball club. I hope, selfishly, I hope that LSU and Tennessee are 1-2 in late April when they play each other. I mean, I hope that's the case. I mean, we'll see if they both handle their business at that point. For the most part, I think they will be. But yeah, I mean, I'd put them one. So, but they're not going to move them if LSU sweeps Mizzou. It's not happening. They're not.
Yeah, so. No, I unfortunately won't. But
let's go to Matt Jones on Twitter. Appreciate you, Matt. Best Friday night starter in the SEC it's a hell of a debate. That's a hell of a debate.
Is it?
You don't think it's a debate?
I think it's a debate, but it's fun.
You think there's a no-brainer guy?
I think there's 3 people in the conversation.
Kyson Witherspoon?
Kyson, Liam Doyle, and who's the other one?
See, like, to me, like, even watching tonight, though, if you're going to throw Doyle in there, you got to throw Peterson in there, to me. And I like Liam Doyle's game a lot. Liam Doyle, bro, is a psycho, by the way.
100%.
He is a psycho human.
Before today's game, I had Zach Root's top 5. I think you have to throw Ryan Prager in there too.
Dude, he got touched up a little bit.
I know, but like before this weekend, I think you have to throw him in there statistically and like how he's been. But
it's crazy though. Harrison.
He literally is Tom
Hear
Gladstone.
me out. Hear me out. I was going to say, hear me out when I say this. He has the worst stuff of the best aces in the country. He's up there throwing like 89, dude. And like, I ain't hating, but in today's college baseball, he's throwing changeups as his fastball. Now, granted, again, we know what he is. Look what he did last year. He's a great pitcher. I'm just saying, like, it's a debate. How about Cade Anderson at LSU? He's a stud.
Yeah, he's top 10 right now for me.
Again, I hope he's top 10.
Throw in Anthony Einstein too at that rate.
No, because he's not a Friday night guy.
Yeah, okay, Friday night guy is fine. Well, Zach.
I mean, Jared Spencer, we would have thrown in the combo, but he got hit up a little bit.
Pico Khan, you throw in top 10, but he got hit up a little bit today. He get 4
and again, one start doesn't. How about Hunter Elliott?
Yeah, you got to throw. I mean, statistically, like it's sabermetrically not top 10, surprisingly. But he's probably within the top 13. I know Marcus Phillips is at, I think, 12 or 13. He's in the 98th percentile SEC wise. So that's why he's just outside the top 10. But I mean, I think for a Saturday start, he's one of the top. I mean, Jared Spencer, top 10 before today. Nick McKay's top 10 before today. Yeah,
I would go my top 3. I would go Liam Doyle, and I'd probably put him 1 right now for what he's done to this point. I would go Kyson Witherspoon, and I go Liam Peterson. That's my top 3 right now. Those are my top 3 aces. Hey, Drink Local Beham says, silent is Sam Dutton. It's not flashy like the others, but Sam Dutton, he's shoving.
It sounds like Ryan Prager.
Cade Anderson would probably be like 4 for me.
I would say Hunter Elliott would be 4 for me, but I'm gonna go Liam Doyle, Kyson Witherspoon. I guess I gotta go Liam Peterson, and then I put Hunter Elliott as a sneaky Friday night 4. I mean, he did against the Arkansas lineup. That's the second best offense in the SEC right now. I think you have to for Friday night guys.
Yeah.
Pico Khan before getting.
By the way, I do want to highlight Blaine is correct. By the way, Doyle went 4 2/3. Peterson went 4+. He got pulled out with nobody out in the 5th. So that is a good point. I appreciate you bringing that up. It was fun to watch both those guys go at it. I really enjoyed it. Both of them were. I tell you this, to go back to the Florida Tennessee game, I really commend both lineups. I think both lineups did a good job of working those starters.
Yeah,
I mean, again, that
was my thought process going. Like, you have to do that.
I mean, yeah, your thought process in those kind of games is, Doyle and Peterson have elite shit, have the toughest at bats possible to get them out by the 5th inning, and then the battle of the bullpens from there.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I do want to highlight our friend Chinook Seeds up in here. This has been my flavor of choice tonight. It's sitting right next to me.
Tell me. Okay, it's the smokehouse barbecue.
Dude, the barbecue's elite, man. The
I haven't tried it
barbecue's
yet.
Elite.
I'll try tomorrow.
Dude. I'm a barbecue guy at heart. So. I'm a barbecue guy.
Chinook's not going to be happy about this. I think my all-time favorite flavor, Buffalo Style Ranch.
So is it one they don't have? So they don't have that. Maybe they can get that.
They're not going to be happy with me, but
Buffalo Style
until
Ranch.
proven wrong, that was my most purchased, most consumed favorite flavor.
Of seed, of any.
My playing
Buffalo Style Ranch.
It tastes like buffalo chicken dip.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here you go. Chinook says, mix that barbecue with cinnamon toast. Smoking toast. Who is Ethan? Who is that?
No, that just doesn't sound like it goes together.
Who is that? Who's Ethan Leach?
I don't know. Maybe
who is that? He's got to be a ball player. By the way, here's a fun note. Monty, first game Tennessee hasn't hit a home run.
Wow. And they lead the country in home runs with over 45, I believe. I think it's 48.
No, they were at 50 going into tonight.
50. Okay.
50, because they highlighted.
I didn't want to say 50. I was like, maybe it was close to 50, but.
Okay, Ethan Ledge from Ole Miss. All right. I'll have to try that. Mix those up. That's a really.
I would not expect.
That's an interesting duo.
I got more flavors to try before we get to that. But
smoked cinnamon. Yeah.
Talking about pitchers.
Volantis, yeah, I do.
I'm adamant about this. I think he is.
Yeah,
and
Volantis
from talking to people very close to Texas, the talent is obviously there. They're very high on him for a freshman, just how composed and confident he is in the amount of stuff to go with it. And he's proven it in his outings. In a closer role, in a starting role, however they need him, he's been there and he's owned up to it and he's executed. So I've been very impressed. I did not expect to see that happen. Not that it couldn't. I just, it wasn't like, I was huge on Dylan Valantis coming in. I was big on Levi Clark and I was big on Brody Johnston. Just freshman arms, Chris, coming in. You don't expect that as much as a freshman bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, and also William Schmidt from LSU. Did you see what Jay Johnson said about him? About William Schmidt? Did you see the quote? Where he's like his days of pitching in the midweek are over.
The midweeks are over. Yeah, I remember.
Bro, that's such a savage quote.
I remember seeing
you ain't gonna see him on Tuesdays no more, buddy.
I was talking to LSU people. They said,
so
just wait till the league finds out about William Schmidt.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Oh no! And I went.
Dude,
and watched more. I was like,
dude, William Schmidt was like a first rounder that was like, nah, I'm gonna go to school. I mean, that's the beauty of NIL, man. By the way, I am getting text that we need to put more respect on Cade Anderson. Has a 50-3 Ks to walks.
Are you getting
ratio?
Text from who I think it is?
Yes. Yes. We need to put more respect on Cade. He had 11 strikeouts tonight. 11 strikeouts, 2 walks. Gave up 3 earned against Missouri. Yeah, hey, give Mizzou some credit for having some fight, man. Having a little fight.
Yeah, I respect that.
I mean, hey, I at least learned tonight, you know what? Mizzou's going to win a conference game. I don't know which one it's going to be, but they're going to win at least one. They are.
What's more, I kept saying this in the group chat, trying to come up with something that makes sense, that's even. What is more likely to happen? Missouri
said makes the postseason in baseball? I think the best one is this. What's more likely? Missouri makes the postseason in baseball or no SEC teams make it to Omaha?
No, I said no SEC team makes it to the finals.
I think it's more likely no SEC teams makes it to the finals. Brother, Mizzou is not making the postseason, like on any planet.
Or fine, makes it to Omaha then. I think Missouri.
It's more likely Mizzou makes the postseason than no SEC teams making it to Omaha. That's for sure.
I think that.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Hey, how about this? Hunter wants to point out really quickly. Georgia now leads the nation with 52 home runs. How about that, Harrison? Hey, Harrison, you Georgia hater. Yeah, take that, Georgia hater. Even though I've said
As
Even
much
though
as I did pick Georgia to win the series, Hunter, what is their starting pitching ERA still?
Dude, they're literally. I mean, I looked here, so I'm like, Kentucky's up 3-0 after one. Like, here we go.
I texted you and said, "Here we go
Here
again."
we go again. Like, I mean, listen, give Georgia credit for just always coming back and the offense just. But yeah, to your point, they're going to run into somebody like when they play. I assume they play Tennessee. You ain't doing that against Liam Doyle. You ain't doing that against Kate Anderson. You ain't doing it. Like, you get in a hold of those guys, they will put their foot on your throat. You won't get up. So, again, they won. Give them credit. I mean, hey, I'll tell you this, Harrison. It's fun baseball because, my God, they hit like unlike any. I mean, Harrison, do they hit like Tennessee? I mean, they hit like Tennessee, I think. They don't pitch like them, but they hit like them.
Hey, they play in a ballpark
which is so weird.
They play in a ballpark like Tennessee, Chris.
Is it not so weird because their head coach is Wes Johnson?
I know, he's a
pitching guy.
He's a former major league pitching coach with the Twins, the Minnesota Twins.
So you'd think the pitching would be the strength of the team.
Alton Davis, I thought was going to be a starter and be a really strong.
By the way, no Tennessee Georgia matchup. That's so sad.
I want to touch on this from
hey, next weekend Georgia is at Florida. That's a hell of a matchup, dude. That's going to be a heck of it. Hey, listen, the ball flies out in Gainesville too now. I saw it. It flies out of there.
This from William Schmidt to kind of wrap that up. So he's the number 4 prospect in perfect game on top 2025 for freshmen, right? In high school, he went 9-0 with a .44 ERA, 102 strikeouts, in 63 2/3 innings.
100 how many? 100 how many?
102 strikeouts in 63 2/3 innings. That's almost two an inning. And they won the state title.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? You just like, all right, well, Friday night's a dub. We got William Schmidt on the mound in high school.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine that?
He's just double-digit Ks literally every game.
0.44 ERA.
I mean, how many runs did he give up in how many innings was it again?
63 2/3.
He had to give up like 3 runs all year?
Yeah.
Dylan, how many SEC teams missed the tournament? Which ones? That's a trick question because none of them are going to miss it because everybody's in.
I think he means the postseason tournament.
Oh, the postseason tournament. I think the SEC probably gets 13?
I think they missed 4. I think 4 misses.
12?
Yeah, I'd say 12.
South Carolina, Missouri, Kentucky, and
someone's going to fall off.
Either like a state or a let me see, like looking at the score.
Maybe Vandy.
Maybe Vandy? God,
I mean,
here's the thing.
Like
Tennessee,
if Auburn catches the injury bug again.
I'm gonna say 13 make it.
I'll say 12.
I think South Carolina, Mizzou, and Kentucky all miss the postseason. But then again, like Kentucky's gonna be scrappy, man. Like,
yeah,
they're gonna be scrappy.
They play clean defense. They play.
Well, you say that they made 3 errors tonight.
Traditionally, they play clean defense. They play small ball. Yeah. They steal bags. They get the guy over, get him in. Like that's their style of play, and that's why they're scrappy because they put pressure on teams. Without the long ball. That's why, like when Kentucky played Tennessee last year, I was like, "There's no way." I don't think I picked Kentucky, but I was like, "There's no way." They're going to outslug Tennessee, and it was just. We were just like, how is Kentucky keep winning games?
Yeah. Hey, Jared Jones points out, and by the way, I did just see this on Twitter. Doubleheader, Harrison, for Texas, Mississippi State on Sunday.
So no game tomorrow.
Games. No game tomorrow. They will start at 1:00 on Sunday, play 2 games. So,
you got to think Dylan Vlanis is available.
And Chinook makes a good point. Whether this weekend creates some fun records at the end of the year if any of the games get banged. Yeah. Hopefully all the games get played.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, tomorrow we got Tennessee, Florida's moved up. That game is at now 3:30. It was supposed to start at 6:00, I believe. Yeah. So kind of craziness with the schedules. Craziness.
We talked about best freshman arms. This is a 2-parter. Wondering from John Quave. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Wondering how good Guidry will be coming back from injury. That is something that I think no one's really talked about outside of LSU is just Gavin Guidry's injury and, his status and, return and whatnot. I need to find out more about that.
So, hey, I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to share everything I heard, but I'm just going to say this. From sources close to that situation, I've heard that the Gavin Guidry situation may not be injury related. And I will leave it at that. I can't say anymore. I truly can't. But just know there might be more to the story.
Anyways,
he's going to come back.
Yeah.
But right now, he's out for other reasons. And by the way, Harrison, to your point, 10-minute clock starts now. We're not going to let this thing go like 2.5 hours like we've been doing. So,
yeah. But I mean, Kassan Evans, freshman arms,
stud.
He's been in big situations into the big role as a freshman, and he's shoved. He's stepped up and owned that role. The confidence and poise as a freshman, Chris, been really impressed with that. LSU fans, I have noticed that. I've been really impressed watching him pitch. Arsenal's there. The pedigree and poise in that position, I think, is going to, surprise people in the SEC as a freshman just as much as Dylan Vlandis. So I'm glad you mentioned that. That was something I picked up on for LSU. I don't want to say an under the radar thing, but just not something as loud. So,
dude, we got to go to this one. Caleb Muse. We are starting the fire early train in College Station.
Who is we? I'm not.
I mean, let's look. Gig'em Bart. At this rate, my Aggies may not make the postseason. I'm trying to keep the faith, but they are testing me. I saw another one earlier that said the Tex Ags boards are apocalyptic. I mean, they are reeling, Harrison. They are reeling down there. Caleb Muse. Fuck my Aggies, man. Fire Coach Early. I've seen enough. One SEC game.
Chris, go look at the 10:20 timestamp of a message.
10:20. Let's see.
Please put that one.
I'm assuming you mean this one. D1 is ass. Kendall Rogers is an Aggie homer. Whatever. I got no problem with the guy. He is an Aggie, though. I do know
he is an Aggie, but I still think.
No, I mean, listen, and somebody actually commented about
me, Chris, it was how did they stay number one for so long? Put him at like 7 or 8.
Here, this comment, Jacob McCarty. How do you explain the pitching change of the night? Again, I mentioned this yesterday, Harry.
We'll hear it in post presser, probably.
I mentioned this yesterday, though, because I'd had other people reach out to me in non-conference play and like, hey, like, the decision making is a little bit questionable right now, and I'm like, that stuff, if it is a problem, it's going to get exposed in conference play. Like, it's going to be under a microscope. It's one game, Harrison. But again, the common fan's going to look at it as you made a pitching change and we lost. That's on you. That's how the common fan, fairly or unfairly, because
It's not like you put in Brad Rudis.
I know. But I'm just telling you, the common fan is going to look at it that way. Here we go. Gig'em Bart. Hindsight's 20/20, obviously. I legit think we win the game. If we leave Jackson in, he was on a heater. Like you said. And then think about this. Think about this, Harrison. Day one of SEC play. Day one. Texas A&M blows a game in the 9th, and they lose. Texas mounts a 5-run comeback, I think in the 8th, and they win a game. I mean, like, you couldn't script it. You couldn't script it. Is there anybody happier right now in college baseball than Texas fans? Maybe Tennessee fans. They're undefeated still.
No, because they're not number one. I'm saying Texas fans.
Dude, but still, like, they're not number one, and they're not undefeated. But they have won, 15 in a row now, or is it 16 in a row? And their rival is 9-7.
Yeah, I think it's
like nobody feels as good as Texas fans right now. I Gig'em Bart, it ain't nothing personal, but I'm just saying nobody's riding high like Longhorn. I don't know what Longhorn fans did to y'all to make this happen, Yeah, Dylan, we appreciate you. We always look forward to the show. So this is
Dylan,
this is probably at this point, this is the most fun show we do every week.
Yeah.
Not
And Dylan, like previewing and recapping the SEC is fun, but like this is just like this is for the people of college baseball trying to answer questions, have fun debates like this, talking, oh my God, did you just see that? Did I just spoil that for you? Yeah, how do you think Sam Dutton did? He shoved. It's just like random, like off the wall, like gold retriever. And that's me. And that's what I love about it. And then you got Jake, Chinook's thing, mix a smokehouse barbecue with cinnamon toast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, hey, Harrison, we could do it right now live on air.
You won't.
Look at this. I have both flavors.
I'll
do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Shout out to Chinook Cedering.
But you're gonna hear me like packages, which isn't good.
The best size packages, Chris.
By the way, my guy, Blake, we in this thing. Hey, Blake's one of the ones. He is one of them ones. I'll give him credit. But Harrison, Blake is one of the ones who would call me in non-conference and say, Chris, some of these decisions Michael Early's making, they're questionable. And Blake, I don't know if Blake saw the end of the game tonight. You make a pitching change. The guy you bring in gives up back-to-back homers in the ninth inning. I'm just saying, it's not good. It's not good. If you're an Aggie, it's not good, which they don't feel better. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the combo, okay?
It's the Ole Miss special.
Very odd off the jump.
Is it like Pop Rocks in your mouth?
Give me a moment. You got to let it kind of sink in a little bit. I understand the vision. I do. You know what it is? You know what it is? I know what it is. You know what it is? It's like sweet barbecue. It's like a sweet barbecue. That's what it is. I understand the vision. I just want to know how this dude came up.
I understand the vision.
I just want to know how this Ole Miss dude came up with this. Why did he do this in the first place?
It had to have been like a prank on him or something.
Either that.
Tell him to come on the show and explain.
He's just really bored.
He could be a bullpen guy.
Most flavors can be mixed. Dude, I want to make a point, too, to the Chinook guys. I've made so many good commercials for them. We have, too. I mean, y'all are free to use all this in your content.
I don't know if I can agree with this one, though. Jalapeno dill pickle ranch.
All right, that one you can try. I'm not a huge pickle guy.
I'm not a dill pickle guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
not a big pickle guy. This is good, though. This is very good.
You're going to keep doing that?
I don't know if I'll keep mixing it. I'm kind of lazy. I'm a little too lazy for that, I think. Dude, cinnamon toast is like my guilty pleasure. Like instead of like having candy, I will have these seeds. I'm not even joking. It'll be like a late night, like kind of.
Chris, I'm a dark chocolate guy. I'll be honest. I'm a dark chocolate guy.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. So Blake, we did talk about this early. His decisions are not good.
Well, they're not.
It's not like you said. He didn't bring in a scrub though. He didn't bring in a scrub though.
Exactly.
But again, all that matters is the results, bro. Hey, here's a good question. Jake Reeder. Which freshman class would you rather take? LSU's or Tennessee's?
Tennessee's. I think the depth on both sides of the ball.
I'm going to go LSU's. Bro, right. There's not like a wrong answer here.
No.
But I'm going LSU's. I got to, bro. I'm going LSU's. All right, you want to take one more and get out of here?
Yeah, that was gonna be my
By the way, your dark chocolate comment. It's got a few pauses from the crowd here.
Hey, 60% cacao chocolate or higher. Whole bar under 500 calories.
How dare you say that freshman class at Tennessee is better, Harrison? How dare you?
It's neck and neck, but if I had to pick, I'm going to pick Tennessee's right now.
Again, there's
Tennessee no disrespect to LSU or the Bayou.
Tennessee LSU series is going to feed families. Truly.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna both be there. You're gonna get invited to all the tailgates, and they'll be like, "Oh, like get them out of here. Get from picking."
Nah, they'll let you come, but they may give you the last scoop of gumbo. They may give you the last scoop of gumbo.
Hey,
last one we'll get out of here. Harrison's got a hot date tonight. Gig 'em Bart, just promise you won't tweet belt to ass against us tomorrow. I've kind of laid off the belt to ass. I got some complaints.
Chat has not, though.
I've got some complaints about the belt to ass tweets. I've laid off a little bit. I'm going to be more selective. Belt to ass is really hard in baseball too, Harrison, because you can be putting belt to ass and it takes one inning. And it's like, well, that game's close now. So we got to go to this one too. This one's
wait, hold on.
T1 baseball is likely going to move A&M up in the polls after the loss. Caleb Muse, I'm not totally retiring the belt to ass tweets. They're going to continue. I'm just going to be a little more selective. Let me
throw one up. Chinook, I promise you, I ain't missing a meal. That's for sure. That's for daggum sure. I ain't missing a meal. But this one, hopefully I am late to my own funeral. Hopefully, that means you cheating death. Hopefully, but
belt to ass.
Hey, Chris, I mean, the people like it, apparently.
It's funny. I've just gotten some DMs from some people. They're like, enough is enough. Stop with the belt to ass. Did Jake just pop in here unannounced?
I just saw that, too. All right, well, Flop here. He'll take over for me.
You take out. Him and I will talk like 10, 15 minutes, and we'll wrap this up. Harrison, have a night, brother. Be good. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Enjoyed chopping up with you, Chris. Enjoyed answering questions, and hopefully late to my own funeral, Chinook.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear what McKeever's got to say. Here, we'll bring McKeever in and we'll put you out. I'm sure he wants to say, hey.
What's up?
Jake!
Yeah, I got to say hi to my favorite polo player.
There we go. What hat are we wearing, Jake? What hat?
6'4 Analytics. Go give him a follow.
Nice.
Wait, did they send you that?
No, they gave them all out in Arlington when you weren't there.
Did they really? I must have missed that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I actually have two, Chris. So I'll bring you next time I see you. I'll bring you one.
Fair enough. Good man.
Thanks.
Good man. All right, Harrison, get the hell out of here. I got to ask Jake about Michael Early's job.
Is it early? Give me a one-word answer, Jake, before I jump. Is it early or no?
Wait. On me personally?
Is he the guy this season and long-term, yes or no?
I don't think he's going to be given the chance to. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's fair.
I
respect that answer. I don't know, but I respect that answer.
Micah and I sat in the well during the 9th inning when he did the 2 pitching changes, and it was not a good thing. And then, I don't know, they ran themselves out of a lot of innings from the parking lot.
Jake's still in the well.
Jake's still in the well.
They've cut the lights off at Bluebell. He's still there.
They actually did, because they did fireworks, and all of my audio with Rob Vaughn and Zay Adams.
Wait, there's that rodeo clown that said Doyle sucks. Keep him coming. Keep roasting Jake, please.
Zane Adams and Liam Doyle. I think Zane Adams is a little bit better. I'm going to be honest with you. Hot take.
Here we go. It continues.
Oh, my gosh.
Zane Adams is very good, though.
I came away really, really impressed. I would say he's probably the best pitcher I've seen. I'll say this. Even though Justin LeBron went 0 for 4, I think he might have the most, aura of any player in the country. The fucker looks, smooth walking back to the dugout after a strikeout.
Smoother than Derek Curiel and his earring?
I haven't seen Curiel.
No, that's Danny Dickinson.
Danny Dickinson. Yeah,
Dickinson.
I haven't seen LSU in a few weeks, but I think LeBron's better than Arquette. I texted my buddy Mark on that. I think LeBron's the best shortstop in the country right now.
All right, Harrison, last one for you. This Georgia Tech sweep.
Out.
This Tech sweep.
I'm never calling a sweep in college baseball, but give me the Jackets for the series.
Not even to Schittsburg?
Lock for the series. Give me the Jackets. You got the Flying Gooses back. You got the new hot dog bat in the lineup. You got Drew Burris. I mean, what more can I say? And you got Mason Patel on the mound.
Bat, Harrison, can you do some investigative journalism?
On what, the hot dog bat?
The old one, yeah.
Oh, the old one, yeah. I'll find it out. I'll talk to Danny Hall as well, too, and see if he knows about it. Maybe see if it had proper burial in the locker room. We'll find out. All right, I'm going to head out. Y'all take it here.
Be good, brother.
Home, boys.
Yeah, be good. Jake, what's up, man? By the way, the reason I'm spitting seeds right now, I'm almost done. Our guys, Chinook, who are commenting, obviously, said that barbecue and cinnamon toast.
I might have
mix. Good mix. Kid from Ole Miss invented it. essentially. So I was like, I'm going to try it live on air. It is actually, I get it. I get the concept. I get the idea. It's like a sweet barbecue.
I might try. I'm actually a big fan of sweet barbecue.
You should try it. It looks good. Looks good. Okay, so we'll keep this 10, 15 minutes, get out of here again. We appreciate you all tuning in. Almost 1,500 of you tuned in live. We can't say thank you enough. We love doing this. We love that you guys love it. Jake, you were at Bama A&M. Thoughts on the game? Bama gets the game 1 win. You took Bama in the series. I took A&M. We'll see. 2 more games to go. Thoughts on this game, though? It's one SEC game, but
it's one game, but I think it's a microcosm of what could have been for Texas A&M, because Rob Vaughn's from Texas and he doesn't even get interviewed. He's friends with Michael Early. And I mean, Bama's absolutely rolling right now.
They're good. They're really good.
I would say outside of Tennessee, I think they're the best team I've seen in person. I mean, you look up and down their lineup and it's like they're like A&M played matchups for their 6, 7, and 8 guys. Like, that's how deep this lineup is. They hit 4 home runs. Justin LeBron goes 0 for 4. And, like, Bama doesn't miss a beat. There aren't too many teams in the country where their best player goes 0 for 4 and they don't miss a beat. They had a really good point of attack early with Ryan Prager. I don't know how Ryan Prager got 7 innings out of him because he was at 45 pitches through 2 innings. Obviously, Early's going to get a lot of criticism, but at the end of the day, I heard some fans leaving talking about Bear Harrison and Jacob Galloway because they did a weird thing where Jacob Galloway started and then Bear came and pinch hit. They're both bad. He really can't win with either of them. Like, I've had multiple coaches tell me that really, like, that's who A&M's going with from a catching standpoint. And then the pitching match, Early doesn't handle the pitching, so that's going to fall on Early because he's the head coach, but that's not Early's decision. Like, Early's a hitting guy. They micromanaged the team to death. I don't know why they brought in Caden Wilson. I thought they should have let I'm drawing a blank on his name. Thompson, I think. They should have let him finish it. Like, he was, like, looking really – like, he blew 3 by Jose Torres, who had some good bats against Ryan Prager. He hit the home run. I don't know. It feels like this team's being micromanaged to death. Like, everybody's so afraid of everything. I will say this, though. Chris, I did have a full circle moment. I predicted exactly how the bottom of the 9th was going to go, like, to a T. I said that they're going to get runners on first and second, and then there's going to be a double play, and the last guy's going to strike out with runners on the corners, because that happened 3 times tonight. And then sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. I need to buy, like, lottery tickets or something.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I need the lotto numbers, because that's, yeah, I mean, the line drive, double play, that's kind of a microcosm when it's not going your way. Shit like that seems to happen to you.
Yeah, and it wasn't even part of a line drive. Like, you should have froze. I mean, hindsight's all 2020 with that, but that's like the golden rule of baseball.
Yeah, you got to freeze on a liner.
I want to expose Micah. Micah was unfamiliar with what to do in a double cut situation. Because I asked him, they did it on the relay. I don't know if you saw it, but I was like, oh, is that Farr or Kent? And he goes, that wouldn't be Farr. Farr's the second baseman. And I was like, I had like an eye twitch. Like, I was like my old high school coach, about the double cut situations. And he goes, why is it? He goes, no, that would be third base out there. I almost had a stroke in the camera while trying to explain double cut situations to Micah.
Well, I mean, again, you know as well as I do, Jake, you take the next 2 games if you're A&M, the pressure will come off of Early. But, dude, I mean, I'm just seeing the comments right now, man.
And I'll say that.
I heard boards,
might be even
Zags boards are like apocalyptic, dude.
And at the end of the day, and unfortunately, Mike Lilly is going to be tied to that guy that's about 2 hours west of him. That's winning.
That's what I said earlier, too. It's like, dude, not only do you lose in the 9th inning, but Texas does the exact opposite. They found a way to win a game late on the road.
And then not only that, but A&M's bullpen is the one that blows it, and Texas's bullpen shuts it down. Like, I mean, they really did, like, there aren't too many teams in the SEC that get the start that Jared Spencer threw for Texas. And granted, he was all right, but there aren't too many SEC teams that can roll out that many bullpen guys and throw zeros on against Mississippi State. And again, it is Mississippi State. Mississippi State's a very boring team. But I think that's the most frustrating part is that Texas this year is what everybody thought A&M was going to be. They're winning games early. They're winning games close. They're winning games with the bats. And it's going to be a what could have been because, that part of A&M, that chapter in Jim Schlossing's life is closed. But what everybody thought A&M was going to be Texas is, and it's really scary because it's kind of showing how little talent Texas A&M actually has, and most of it was Jim Schlossnagle and Max Weiner. Because on paper they should be a lot better. It's the exact same guys as last year, and Texas was supposed to be the one with the bullpen issues, and now Texas magically has 5, 6, 7 guys that they can roll out. They have a freshman, Dylan Volantis, that they trust a ton. A&M doesn't have that. I mean, yeah, they got Luke Jackson, but at the end of the day, they didn't feel comfortable with him facing a lefty.
Wow.
That was a bombshell.
That is God, what a different conversation than we were having a month ago.
And again, I will say this. If you're looking for the, silver lining if you're A&M fans, I have Bama in tier 1. I think that they have every bit of a conversation as to Florida, LSU. I think Tennessee's just in their own tier right now. But Alabama's like a dark horse to win the SEC at this point for me. Like, they're a really good team. The guy they got going tomorrow, Riley Quick, is probably even better. He's a triple guy. They have a deep, deep lineup. They have portal guys that are fine with their roles. They're a solid team. And again, they ran out of gas last year, so we'll have to see if they can do that this year. But I walked away really impressed with them. And I know we're running out of time here, but what about Ole Miss?
They were loud. That was a loud win on a Friday. That was loud. Jake, they offensively, starting in the first inning, I was telling Harrison this, their runs they score starting in the first inning, 2-2-1, 2-2-1. Arkansas didn't put up a 0 to the 7th. To the 7th.
I'll say this, too. It was a lot of 2-strike hitting, too. Like, if you go and look at some of the counts, 2-2, 3-2, 3-2 walks. Like, they did a fantastic job working the count on Zach Root, driving up his pitch count. I mean, they chased him in the third. And granted, I think Arkansas is probably the only team, along with LSU, that can, afford to try and go, 18 outs with their bullpen on a Friday. But, I mean, that's going to really affect them the rest of the weekend going forward, too. Like, there's a lot of guys at the back end of that bullpen that had to get moved up a little bit. What's that freshman that hit the leadoff home run? What's his name?
Oh, my gosh. I forget his – I literally tweeted about it. I'm forgetting his name. I can pull it up here in 2 seconds.
How quickly
here we go. It's said what?
How quickly do you think they move him to that shortstop role? Because they have, I think, Chang. Is that his name?
Hayden Federico.
Yeah, Federico's an absolute stud.
Yeah, leadoff homer for Ole Miss.
As the DH, as a freshman, he's really been kind of a quiet under the radar guy. Because I mean, there's just been so many stud freshmen. It seems like
it's insane. There's so many good freshmen in the league.
Like, I was reading Kendall's article, and it was like I think he had Adrian Rodriguez 6th, and I was like, what? I was like, I'd have him 1. And then you look, and it's like, oh yeah, there's this guy, like Brody Johnston. Like, this is going to be a tough year to be a freshman and get an award because there's like 8 or 9 guys. This is a deep freshman class.
Yeah. Jake, you want to give Auburn some love? Drink Local B-Ham's getting on us for not talking Auburn enough. He's not wrong. We probably don't talk Auburn enough, but
I will admit I was wrong.
There's a lot of teams to get to. I apologize. Auburn gets the win over Vandy.
That kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought Auburn was going to get them in the next.
You took. Oh, did we lose Jake? Uh-oh. Let's see. He's probably getting a call. Let's see if we get him back. There he is. You get a call, Jake? Uh-oh. Hey, he's in the well at A&M, and they cut him off. He lost the Wi-Fi there. No, drink Local B-Ham. I will say this. Listen, Auburn, I love Butch Thompson. Love Butch Thompson. All right, let's get Jay back in here.
Sorry about that. I got a phone call. I'm on my
Okay, that's what I thought. No, I was going to say you picked Vandy to win that series, right?
I did.
You were the one. You were the one of us that did. Okay.
I will say this. That was the toughest one for me, and I went back and forth a few times on it. I thought that the depth of J.D. Thompson in the bullpen for Vandy
They hit him up. They hit him up a little bit. 5
They
earned.
really did. And
Yeah.
I've been sticking my neck out for J.D. Thompson the last few weeks, and he really
Dude,
has.
Samuel Dutton shoved for Auburn. Shoved.
I did not think that was
7 innings, 2 earned.
He's turned into a legit Friday night guy. We might have to get him into number 10 over Jared Spencer.
The top 10 aces. Yes.
But they have a bunch of good freshmen too. Like Bub Terrell's one freshman of the week for him. A but Derek Fabian is like.
Yeah, Fabian's been awesome.
I don't know where this came from either. Like I remember last year he hit like 220, and he was in and out of the lineup getting benched, and now he's like their best hitter. I mean, they also won it without Ike Irish. Like they're another team where you're like, really, like Ike Irish.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're a team where we're going to spend more time talking about the Tennessees and the LSUs of the world, obviously the Floridas. But, I mean, listen, I love Butch Thompson. I don't think Butch Thompson – I know they had a bad year last year, but he doesn't get enough credit for doing what he's done at a place where – I mean, Jake, can we just say baseball is the number 3 sport? Like, firmly the number 3 sport? And, dude, I mean, they've been to Omaha more recently than a lot of clubs in the SEC. So, I mean, you got to put a lot of respect on what Butch Thompson does. Yeah, I mean, it's an impressive win to take down the Vandy boys. I mean, it's crazy that a top 25 matchup between Auburn and Vandy completely, it seems like, flies under the radar, but sort of did that tonight. But yeah, that was a great win. So,
for as bad as people have been about attacking A&M, Vandy and A&M have quietly had the same season. If you remove the midweeks.
Well, but Vandy wasn't expected to be anything near what A&M was expected to be. That's the reason.
But A&M is talking about, and again, I think it's a lot to do with Jim Slosnikel doing so good at Texas, but Vandy is quietly having the exact same season as A&M, where they've been exposed when they play a team that's good. Granted, Vandy does it a little bit better than A&M does it, because, Chris, I'll have to double-check this tonight, but coming into the weekend, who would you say are 15 and 16 in the SEC in hitting? And it's not Missouri.
South Carolina's got to be one of those two.
They're 15.
Okay. Who's dead last? Is it? Did you say it wasn't Vandy?
It's A&M. A&M is 16 of 16 in the SEC for.
Oh my God!
I thought.
Oh my God!
I thought this was crazy.
Oh, buddy! Yikes!
At a baseball game, but A&M's starting second baseman, who has played every single game. So we're 4 weeks in with some change. He got his first RBI tonight.
Who did?
That just seems unfathomable.
No, you said who did?
Sawyer Farr got his first RBI tonight, and he started every game for A&M. That seems like unfathomable.
Yeah.
And I think that really kind of encompasses. I think their starters are going to run out of gas too. We saw it with Prager when he was a freshman. They're just like every week he's going to have to throw 100 pitches. Like there's no one in that bullpen that they trust to go get, 3 innings. But they always say, Chris, you're never as good as you think you are. And you're never as bad as you are.
They've definitely got talent. They could go on a run. Jake, before we get out of here, really quickly, let's wrap up with. I got to get your thoughts on that Tennessee-Florida game. I know you were obviously at. I know you were at the A&M Bama, but Tennessee gets the 5. Yeah, Tennessee gets the 5-3 win. Your thoughts?
Florida's going to walk away from that game feeling like they should have won it. They did a lot of dumb shit, and Tennessee never really blew them out. I came away.
What did you think about the Luke Heyman slide in the second that was called?
That was chicken. Let the boys play. Yes, it was.
That was chicken shit. Okay, I like the take. Here's the thing: by the letter of the law, it was the correct call.
Yes.
It's soft. It's soft ass baseball, but by the letter of the law, it was the right call.
Such a flop. I saw the video.
Well, the thing too, I'll just say this. I'm not Tennessee folks out there. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been called that. I think when Heyman rolled left, it made it look a lot worse. It wasn't like he was going into the bag and then kind of just angled his way left. I mean, listen, Heyman can't do that. and I understand why he did it. You're in
Mhm.
the emotions, the heat of the moment. You're trying to break up a double play. Like, the inner baseball player in you is like, break up the fucking double play. By all means. By all means.
Shocked they didn't run Gavin Keelan. I'm glad they didn't, but like he probably
They were chirping. They were chirping. Yeah.
And Gavin Keelan's not a big guy either. Kobe Shelton is, or Luke Heyman is a big guy. Yeah, Tennessee just continues to win, and nobody's got them early. And I think that's how you have to beat Tennessee. Is you have to kind of beat them early and punch them in the gut. They're gonna have to. Somebody's got to get like some runs in the top of the first. I think it'll be a little bit easier tomorrow against Marcus Phillips versus Liam Doyle, even though I'm Liam Doyle's biggest hater, apparently.
I thought tonight, man, was just good old-fashioned hardball and hardball, both of the Liams. It was what I expected out of the Friday night game, coin flip. Tennessee's just hard to beat at their place, man. Especially, like you said, Jake, like when you make some of the mistakes that Florida did, it's gonna be tough to beat them at their place, especially. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
and
So
bring themselves out of a few innings. Obviously, the 2-out hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's going to happen though in the SEC. But that game was good. Mississippi State's game was really, really good. Like there was a ton of just dog fights in the SEC that really like even tonight with A&M. Like Rob Vaughn mentioned it. He was like, "Yeah, he goes, the two guys that they brought out of the pen at the beginning were really good because Brad Rudis just hung two fastballs up in the zone, and you lose in the SEC. Like A&M lost pitches tonight. That was the difference in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an electric Friday, man. Night one of conference play absolutely delivered, and night one of Friday night spikes, Jake, in conference play delivered. Over 1,600 of you tuned in. Again, we can't say thank you enough. Jake, will you be back at Bluebell tomorrow?
Yes, I will be.
You're gonna be all three games.
Yes, unless Rice hires somebody, which I don't think will happen.
What was it? Is Lance Berkman's name being thrown around?
No, it's not going to be.
Okay. I read some things on Twitter today about why it might not be.
It's not the other thing I sent you, by the way. That's not.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Cool. You want to go ahead and put a pin in it? Let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I've got the second half of this Bama-Kentucky basketball game to watch. My guy Dave and I are going to go live late tonight. But, no, guys, appreciate you all. Seriously, man. Friday Night Spikes is always a blast. Again, over 1,600 of you tuned in. We appreciate all your comments, all the engagement, all your questions. I mean, it is so much fun, man. This has really become our favorite segment of content we do on a weekly basis. Like, the wind-up is great. We love that. But this is really, really fun, just getting to kick back with you guys, shoot the shit, have a good time. And, man, if night one in SEC play is any indication, this is going to be one hell of a ride, one hell of a season. It's going to be a really fun rest of the weekend. And, again, we can't say thank you enough. So, again, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, check us out via podcast. Wherever you get those, you can also find us across all social media platforms as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And check us out all weekend long. We'll be live covering the SEC basketball tournament. We're going to react live Sunday night to the Field of 68. Of course, the wind-up will return Monday and Thursday, and, of course, Friday Night Spikes every single Friday night around this time. So, Jake, once again, appreciate you. For Jake McKeever, I'm Chris Phillips. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy all the games, and we will catch you all on Monday on the next episode of The Wind-Up. Y'all take care.